Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farmville. Not sure why it's not selling. Let's try a different approach. I will bring you over here like this. And drive up alongside like this. And then go to the unload bit and unload them. And now they will sell. And they all sold. Excellent. Right, there's 8,124 euros for selling that straw. Now I can go and get these bales in here, and we'll see how much we get for these. Need to change to the round bales. Euro liquid, big. Round bale, 125, 150, 180. Right. 4? That's going to take forever. I can carry 4 bales at a time. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, that's why. Look at that. I need a bigger trailer. Alright, well, we'll just do 2 trips because we've only got 8 bales here. But honestly, this is absolutely... Look at that. That's... That's ridiculous. There's not even 8 bales here. There's 7 bales. Right, that is slightly daft. 28,700 euros. I've bought a bigger trailer. You've got... That's the one that we've got, little tiny one. There's a mid-range one, and then there's a bigger one. I think this one's pretty much double the size of that one there. I feel that this is the best move. I think that this is the way forward, because 4 bales at a time with these bigger bales, I think it's just going to take way too long. I don't really want to do that. That's not really how I want to progress things in this series. I think it's just going to be too much running backwards and forwards. So I'm going to go and take this one. Excuse me, coming through. Pardon me. I have right of way. I realise that technically I don't have right of way on the road, but I have right of way by right of being bigger than everybody else on the road, so I'm going to take that one. I'm just going to poodle off to the... dealership a second and get the other tractor, the other trailer, and then bring that one back so that we can gather up those bales. So I'll bring this one in here. I did get the trailer in the exact same configuration as the one that we've got, so same type of wheels and also the same coloring on the wheels as well, because I just thought that looked pretty cool. So that one's 19,000 that I get back. I spent 28 on the other one, so we're spending 9,000 in total to be able to exchange our trailer for something considerably bigger than the one we just had. It would have also saved me loading all of those bales up by hand, wouldn't it? Alright, let's have a look on this one. So Euro pallet, we can hold 30 pallets. We've got 5 liquid tanks, 12 big bag pallets, 16 big bags. That's going to be very useful for doing the lime and stuff. Euro pallet overloaded is 24. Round bale cotton, 3. Round bale, 125. 22 of those. 12 of the 150s and 8 of the 18. 8? I really do feel that it does. It loads the round bales very, very poorly. 144 small bales. 18. 18. 18. Right, so we can have 18 big square bales when we get to doing those, which is another reason that I really actually want to switch over to them. So at the moment, I can take 8 big round bales, which is very poor, in my opinion. It is very, very poor. Just 8 bales. That's absolutely ridiculous. Those round bales, like, if the round bales were loaded, making use of the lathes on the ends of the trailer here, so they were loaded on their sides, and then, like, more stacked up on top, you could definitely get more than 8 on here, I'm sure of it. You could have possibly 4 down the bed. So that would make 8 on the bed, and then more on top. I just feel that they haven't spaced them out very well. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's really pushing me towards wanting to go with the other type of baler, which means that I'm almost certainly, definitely, possibly, maybe going to go with an increased loan so that I can get a bigger baler. I'm gonna try and get a Krone Big Pack but as a mod so that I can get one, I can adjust the width of the pickup, because I'm pretty much guaranteed that the width of the pickup on the one that we're looking at is not going to be suitable for what I want. Slight problem with the base game ones is that almost all of them, the pickup width on them is abysmally small. I don't like it at all. I think that they should be adjusted. That quick bale one, that was absolutely glorious. It's definitely far wider than it should be, but it's basically, it's not stupid wide. It's not the kind of scale that I'm doing things on my Unrealistic series, but it's wide enough that you can go and pick up all of the windrows without having to worry too much about it. Now, you have a look at this. This is just not right, okay? You could probably squeeze the bales up this way round so that you could fit 5 on there if you were to squeeze them a little bit. Maybe, I suppose you'd have to have them sticking out a little tiny bit, but still, you could. But if those bales were on their end, on their side, you could have 4 that way. Climb off. Like, if they were, like, the other way up, we can do this. We can absolutely do this. If I go there, take that one off, and then I go there and take that one off, and then I give myself a bit of super strength just for a minute, because I want to make a point here. If we were to put the bales that way up, now I know that the blade on the end doesn't actually have collision, but you could have, if they were stacked this way, you could have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them down that side and 4 down the other side. That would make 8 bales, and then you could put more in the middle. You could have another 6 on the top in the middle, and that would give you 14 bales on here, which is considerably better than 8. I mean, yes, I'm quite happy to admit that it is not as many as you can put on with square bales, but that's just, you know, I'm happy to accept that we're not going to have as many as we would with square bales, but this is terrible. This is absolutely appalling. Like, we've got half a trailer with nothing on it. Look at it. 8? I don't like this. This is the one bit of this. I mean, this auto load script that belongs with this that the guy has made. I can't remember his name, but he's done a lot of updates. He's done a huge amount of work with this auto load script that he's gone and made for trailers that can be added in, and so many mods now use it. It's an absolutely wondrous, glorious script. The only complaint I've ever had with this auto load script is the way that it loads the round bales. It's just not right for round bales. Every other aspect of this thing is perfect. This bit is not. Right, let's unload those onto there, and that is all of them. We get another 8,000 euros right there for the straw. I'm going to take this one. I'm just going to park it up over here for a minute. Now we need to get that combine, and we want to run that down. We've got sorghum to harvest, and we've also got canola to harvest, and we should be getting straw from all of them so that we get a bit more money coming in as well. I figured it might be better to take the combine around the back rather than up the road, because the road is, well, it's quite narrow going through there, and the cars don't like to stop for you. So I've gone this way and gone across the grass, and then we can go up to here, and then we've got a little bit of grain right there that we can harvest. So if I unhitch that one, leave that one right there, which is probably actually in the way, probably right. And I'll go around here, start unfolding that one, take off the header. I did say before that I'm sort of considering getting a Krone big pack baler and using that one to do our straw instead of the quick bale baler that we've got, because I just think that it would be better to use square bales, mostly because of the issue that we have with the trailer not being able to pick up very many of the big round bales, which to me is a bit of a jolly nuisance. I don't like that we can't do that. Right, I'm going to put that one back out there, and yeah, right, so that is a straw swath, which means that we should leave straw behind when we do all of this. What was the other thing? It was in here. We've got a new bit that has been released, the horse aggravation mod, and Giants have very kindly given me mod DLC. The Giants have very kindly given me a copy of it, so I'm just going to go to there and you can have a quick look at the stuff that is from the horse aggravation pack. So those two there are with the base game. We've then got a weeder right here. Oh, mulcher. Really? Oh, it's a roller mulcher thing. This one is 9 meters wide and 35 grand. Actually, that looks pretty good. I wonder if we should use that. We might end up using that one on the farm. I quite like the look of that one. This one right here is another mulcher. This one is even bigger. This one is 12.2 meters. It's probably a little bit big for this series, but I actually quite like the look of this one. Interestingly... Oh, I see. Right. The way that it folds out. No, wait. No, it would fold out. It folds out back here on this, and then... Which way round does it go? I'm looking at this, and it looks like the tines are facing the wrong direction. It does, doesn't it? It does look like those tines are facing backwards, so the tines are sort of poking into the ground rather than scratching over the surface. That must be right. I'm certain that I've got that wrong, but they do look like they're back to front. But anyway, never mind that bit. So we'll probably get to have a look at that. We got a 6-meter cultivator right there. We have got a bigger cultivator here, 7.5-meter cultivator. This one is got some fairly heavy-duty tines on it, actually. It requires 440 horsepower. So this is a heavy soil cultivator, whereas that one there, I would say, is probably not quite so heavy soil, but, well, it might be. Disc harrow right there. This one requires 330 horsepower. It's 8.2 meters. That one is for lighter soils. That might be something we end up using in this series. We've then got a... additional tank. Oh, that's just an additional tank for the seed drills. So we got that one right there. It has additional weight right there. So you can add 60 kilos, 120. So you can put weights on the front. So you basically got like a front tractor weight on top of whatever seed and stuff that you've got inside the tank. That's pretty cool. Then this one, which would go with this one here. Additional wheel weights are also recommended for use. This is a basic seed drill, which would use... This would go on the back and that tank would go on the front. Then you've got a direct drill right here, a fairly narrow one. It's only 3 meters wide. So sort of little farms, but direct drill. That's something that we might consider. I mean, we do have one direct drill at the moment, and it's a little bit slow. I'd want something a bit bigger than that, to be honest. Then we've got this direct drill here. I quite like the look of this one. It's between 4,000 and 5,500. It requires 200 horsepower. It's 6 meters wide. This is a good seed drill. This is the sort of thing that we will seriously consider. So you've got seeds 4,000 there, seeds 4,400 with a little bit extra, seeds 5,000. Wait, what's the difference? Oh, I see. It's just a bigger tank on there. I love the fact that each variation has got a different model on it. That's actually really, really good. And then seeds 5,400 on there. So, oh, and now it's also got the double application as well. So we got seeds 2 and fertilizer 3. And then we go through the same extras on here. So you got seeds 4,000. Right, so the main thing here is we can go seeds 2.5 and fertilizer 3,000, or we can go seeds 2,000 and then that one. So that would be an extra 6 grand. Tire roller, yes, you could take off the tire roller, which is the front bit before the cultivator. It basically, if you were to go over like plowed land, it would break it down a little bit before the discs got into it. Just sort of put everything down correctly. Right, row control. What am I looking at here with row control? Oh, right. It's basically allows extra control over blocking off some coulters and not, and I'm guessing that one there doesn't give you that, and then you've also got a ridge marker if you want it. Most people don't use ridge markers anymore because they use GPS instead. Right, that's actually really good. I'm quite impressed with that one. This one here is another seed drill that, again, it has a whole load of these extra options, although this one's only got 2 options for it. And it's a direct drill as well, which is really, really cool. And then we've got a design one for the seeder unit. So you've got a couple of extra bits on the back there for the seeder and on the front. I really, really like that we've got these extra. This is really good. I'm thinking this is actually a really good pack. You know, sometimes you look at a DLC and you think, I'm not so sure about this. Planters right there. So that planter would be able to be used with that front unit right there, and also the seed drill bit. So you could get that one, and that one, and also that one, and be able to sort of use the front tank with both of the seed drill options. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. It's sort of a slightly cheaper option of doing things. This is just a standard planter, so it's not a direct drill. It doesn't need to be plowed first or cultivated, and it does look pretty good. It doesn't have any options on that one. Then we have right here a weeder. This is a beast of a machine, 25 meters wide. Look at that thing. That is a monster. I'd actually quite like to use that. The one thing I don't like about weeders is that you got such a small window of time to be able to use it. This is a hoe, so you've got a little bit longer that you can actually go and use it, and I do much prefer that. This one right here at 12 meters wide is probably one that I will start using in some of my series. Maybe not on this map, but I will eventually use it. So we've got a shallow cultivator right there. Requires 500 horsepower. It's 12 meters wide. Looks pretty awesome. And actually, that one there is from a different pack. This one was the last one. So that is the horse aggravation pack, and if you do a lot of arable work on your farm rather than stock work, you might consider this pack to be worth the time and the effort. There is also a map, I believe, that comes with it. I haven't actually had a look at the map, but I do think that that is pretty cool. So I wanted to give that a quick rundown and have a quick look through it because I was given a copy by Giants, which is very, very awesome of them. And generally speaking, I'm quite impressed with that DLC. Some of the DLCs left a little bit to be desired, I must admit. But that particular one, I think, is pretty cool. I rather like it. Now then, we need to do some combining. So I am going to cut this field. I'm thinking that at some point we will remove the trees right there, and we will also join this field and that field right there, and then the other fields a bit further down, they will join together. I don't want to have this as one great big long field all the way down. I kind of like the idea of just having these two here joined in together. Something that I am considering, but maybe not necessarily going to do straight away, is to remove some of the corner of the mountain right here and turn that into some extra land on our field. I think it could be quite a cool thing to go and do. I don't know whether you, the viewers, think that this is something that I should do or not. So I will take that under advisement, take some advice on that one as to whether or not you think I should do it, and well, I'll just sort of wait and see what people think I should do there. It's not something that would be happening anytime soon anyway. Getting this field cut with a big combine is apparently not the easiest thing to go and do, but we are struggling onwards. Valiantly, we can do it. Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe like take out that little bit of a mound right there. Take out a couple of trees as well, that might work. And I think that would actually be a pretty cool thing to go and do because it gives a little bit more space. The one thing that I am considering is the other baler. Now, I have mentioned getting another baler. Excuse me. And I was also thinking it would be the Krone Big Pack. Now, the problem with using the base game one is that it just has the base game settings. Now, I have recently learned how to extract machinery and so on from the base game and turn it into a separate mod. So I might be able to make it work. Again, I've done it once with a building. I might be able to do it with an actual machine. If I can, I'm thinking of taking this one and then I can give it a little bit of a wider pickup like we've already got. But the big pack has already been altered by Stevie right here. Now that one's got 27k, which is actually about what I would want. 25k is what I was saying, so I could just go for the Stevie one. That's 155,000. I don't know if he will have made the width a little bit bigger on it or not, in which case I would have to make a slight alteration if he hasn't. I'll probably leave the silage additive tank off because I wasn't planning on doing any silage, because I'm planning on only giving my cows hay and not going for TMR. I have been told after the previous episodes where I said I wasn't sure if the TMR does actually make a difference because it's saying 100% on just the hay. I have been told that actually it does. If you give TMR, you do get more yield you do get more milk coming in from your cows. Doesn't make a lot of difference apparently if you've got beef animals. You could just the hay, it doesn't seem to make any changes on that. But if you've got dairy, if you've got milking cows, then it does actually give you more milk from your cows, so it might be worth doing. However, I have found in the past that trying to do silage, I mean, the straw is not a problem. We get that from the stuff that we're doing anyway. But trying to do silage does tend to make things take a lot longer, and that was the main reason that I didn't want to do it on this series. Doing it on a standard series, like on a time-lapse series, it works out really well because, you know, doing silage is like part of an episode and that's it. I don't need to sort of worry about anything else. Whereas on this, it takes a whole lot longer. You know, we've got entire episodes taken up with it, and if I commit to doing TMR, then we need to do it a few times. There is, of course, the option where I don't make silage in a clamp, and I get a placeable structure put down that I just dump the grass into, some sort of fermenter building, and then that makes the silage for me. That is always an option. I could go and do that, and it's something that I am seriously considering for maybe a little bit later in the series if I feel that we want to kind of like expand things out a bit more. At the moment, I don't really want to because I feel that just leaving it as we have it right now, with just the hay, and then that gives me a chance to sort of go through all of the different things that we do here rather than just focusing on one thing, might end up being a better choice. Right, we have done that bit. So before I go across the road, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the straw chopper back on again so that if I get a little bit of grain thrown down on, not grain, straw thrown out the back of the combine, it will get chopped instead of being left in a little bit of a heap. So I'll dump that in there, and I think it's just the sorghum that we need to go and harvest. Yes, just the sorghum. So we've got that right there. And then August. So if I plant the canola now, then I need to harvest that in June. Canola goes after barley. So we've already done the barley harvest. I'm going to plant that in September. I will do that in September. And I don't need to do any ploughing at the moment. Not in these fields, although, yeah, I'm going to want lime on that field, and I'm going to want lime on field 5, and there may be another field that we want lime on. I'm not quite sure yet. Let's go and take this over here. So I'll do a few rounds around the outside of this field, and then I can leave the hired help going while I take the tractor back to the farm. So let's turn the straw chopper again, like that. And into the sorghum we go. So this one, the way that sorghum actually works, it leaves the most of the crop there because it actually works with sort of a stripper header. The header just strips the grain off and leaves all of the straw stalks standing rather than doing anything else with them. But we don't seem to have any kind of stripper header in the game. Now, I don't know if there's some mods for them have been added or anything like that, but, I mean, I guess the other option is, like, just assume that the combine is cutting really high and leaving the stalks behind. I don't know why sorghum is harvested like this. Why you would cut really high and leave... Whether the stalks are really heavy duty and it's more difficult to thresh the grain out of them if you cut the whole thing. I don't know. I've never been involved in the growing or harvesting of sorghum, so I know absolutely nothing about it. It's not a crop that I've ever looked into either. So if anybody does know why it is that it is harvested like this rather than just cut the same as the beans and all of the other crops, please let me know in the comments. I'd really like to know about this because this is something that is a little bit of a mystery to me. I've got absolutely no idea. Has any of you ever actually grown or harvested sorghum yourselves? Do you know anything about it? Do you know anybody that does do it? Is it done maybe in your local area? What? I know nothing about this crop at all. I don't even know what it's used for. I know in the game you can feed it to some of the animals. I think you can feed it to chickens and pigs. But again, what it's actually used for in real life is a complete and total mystery to me. I've got absolutely no idea. And so I'd really appreciate it if someone could fill me in. I really don't like being ignorant, and the only way to cure ignorance is with knowledge. So please, hit me with it, cure it. I really actually genuinely appreciate that. That would be really awesome, because I don't like not knowing. So what I was thinking is I'll do twice around the field, and then I'll set the hired help going while I go and empty out the trailer load of canola that we've got. I'm not going to have very much space left in the combine when I set the hired help going on this one. It's nearly full now. Bring that one up there. Where would I have the hired help going? I guess I could put the hired help going across this bit. How are we going to do this? Try and put a bit of a line across here. Straighten this out a little bit, and then the hired help can hopefully come in and do some of the work. I'm going to leave him going here, and we will see if we can get to tip out the canola and then get back. So I've got this one. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.